Rico!
All right, AB. Tell us where we headed.
So we're headed to the Mistral client's delivery. We're just gonna go bring him his model car, a couple gifts, and kind of go over the car and make sure he's all set, kind of give him a proper delivery. We, obviously he's a very private person, so we can't show that part of it, right? We can't show us going through the car with the client, but we will show the car.
He also wants Ticket to go get something done.
Yeah, I guess he wants us to drive his car to the PPF shop.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fun.
Which we're in a Lamborghini now, but when we get in the Mistral with a top off, it'll be a whole new ball game. $7.5 million car.
That's gonna be a trip.
Collectible. One of 99 in the world. Less than half of that came to the United States. And it's the only red carbon car spec like that in the world. So no pressure for us to
No pressure.
drive a car in Miami traffic that's $7.5 million.
So tell us what's going on, AB.
So this is a very unique experience. This is called customer service to its finest. The customer wants his car PPF'd, but decided he didn't want to drive it there today. So he said, well, you're the guy that sold me this car, so how about you take it over to the PPF shop for me? So it looks like I'm driving a Bugatti Mistral today. Should be pretty fun. So I'm inside of the Porsche Tower, inside of the Deservator, inside of the Mistral right now. So my day today is driving the brand new Bugatti Mistral, the one-of-one red carbon car in the United States of America. Alpha's car. Oh yeah. Sounds incredible. It's so great how easy these cars are to drive. Do you hear the engine spooling? You see, it does all the special things that like a Super Sport can do. With an open top, it's unbelievable.
That's unbelievable.
You hear the spool and the. Look at this beautiful day in Miami to have a top off on a 1600 horsepower car, W16, last of its kind. Unbelievable. Less than 45 of these in the United States of America, and we're taking one out on a work day. Have you been in another Chiron before? Have you actually driven in a Chiron?
One, no.
This is a whole different experience. Wow.
Talk to me. How's it feel?
It's just, it's odd because it's so fast, but so comfortable. You almost feel like you could use this as a daily driver, which doesn't make sense when it's 1600 horsepower, is one of the fastest cars in the whole entire world, has a top off, extremely comfortable car. Even the seats are comfortable, it's so spacious. You could be a big American and fit in this car, which is kind of nice. And everything is so, easy to, so functional, right? Everything's right here, touchscreen on the steering wheel. You have, steering wheel's really comfortable. We have launch control right there. We're not going to use that today. That's a quick way to lose your job and lose a friend. But it would be cool to launch this at some point. But yeah, no, just regular day. Typical day in Miami, people honking. Traffic, people honking. I can't get this grin off my face. Red light to red light. A lot of supercars or hypercars, when you have to be in a little congested traffic, be a little uncomfortable. This feels great. Woohoo! That sound.
That sound is insane.
That sound. Wow. I'm gonna miss the W16. I'm gonna miss the 4 turbos. We'll see what Mate's coming up with next, but with the Tourbillon, but there's something special about this that'll always be special. I think whoever has these Mistrals has one of the best cars to collect in the world. It's kind of one of those things, if you know, you know. When you have a bunch of hypercars and you drive a bunch of hypercars, the difference is drastic. By the way, I'm not gunning it. That's just going 40 miles an hour, and you could hear it spool like that.
Yeah.
I'm not over accelerating the car. I'm not mistreating the car. I'm just driving it. I'm in traffic right now, and you could still hear that spooling. I wonder what it's like when you really get on it at high speeds. It must be mind-blowing. Well, we got to experience it in Molsheim with Bruno, the factory driver, and when he got up on it, at those high 100+ speeds, you know, it still stays firm, it still stays sturdy, and it feels like you're safe. I think we're gonna pass, coming up shortly, the Warren Henry Auto Group corporate headquarters, where they have Land Rover North Date, they have their Lincoln store, they have all their, you know, big pre-owned operation. Our headquarters right over here. Big, beautiful 7-story building. Wow. This thing's insane. This car is insane. Is it bad to say that I would use this as my daily driver if I had a bunch of hypercars? I know that sounds so impractical, but
if you had the means, why not?
Why not? I wouldn't garage queen this car. I would use this car to go to dinner. I would use this car to do things. Obviously not to go shopping, but you're going to your yacht, bring this guy. You're going to the airport, to your jet, bring this car. Look, we're just regular next to the Precision Portables truck, you know, just a Mistral next to Precision Portables, just a regular day. Taking out the Mistral. We got construction going on. We got let me see where to turn. It's coming up.
Bring it in.
So this isn't the traditional location that I'd be doing the actual review of this one-off Mistral, but since we got to drive it today, not knowing we were gonna get to drive it today and bring it over to the PPF shop, we're doing it right here live after it's been driven. So the owner did give me his one-of-one Mistral watch, which it says Mistral right there. So it's a Bugatti Mistral watch made by Jacob & Company to match this one-off piece. So they only make these for the owner of the car. So first, it has all exposed red naked carbon. So I don't believe that there's another car coming to the United States in red naked carbon exposed. He had different stitching done on the inside just to match. He did obviously the nice tan color, but to go with it, he did a deviated stitching in black to go with the black seat belts, the black carbon, and then there's all black carbon around the car that accents the red carbon really well. Even on the wheel cap, he did the red to match the red carbon. One of the nicest things I thought was about the car is it's a really expensive option, but this red center line to match, to go right into the red engine cover, that's actually a gloss red carbon to match the exact red carbon in the engine bonnet, and then the writing on it on the car is actually done in the red, so it's all inverted. So the entire car is red and black. Obviously the EB logos are done in black to offset with the carbon, and then you have the mirror caps, which are done with the black carbon on top and then the red on the bottom. You have different options of how you do the mirror cap, but he did it right and kept the black all on top, the black on the bottom, and then the red all along the sides. So the windscreen is also in black, and like you noticed earlier, the top, all of the engine cover bay is all in black with all the little accents of the EB in black. So the final touch to it, you'll get to see the new horseshoe, which I spot out on all the Mistrals because it's a brand new material. So you have a new material that's just for the Mistral, a new design, a larger horseshoe that is only done for the Mistral. And again, it's all in carbon. There's no, this car is heavily optioned. It is with no corners cut on it. Not that any Bugatti is, but this is above and beyond. And then there's little things inside the car I'd like to show that they're hard to see, but even from the kick plates, they're done in the red carbon, which is an option as well, with the Mistral writing in black. Obviously we drove this car, so it's still very protected, but if you go and you look at the insert there, you can see there's different options you can choose. He chose the Mistral design, which is pretty unique. A lot of people didn't choose that. You can write the word Mistral, you could write the word Bugatti. There's different options you have there. He went with the actual vehicle. And one fun note is the speed key is missing, obviously. He's not gonna give that while he's leaving it to get PPF'd. But yeah, so that...
Those that don't know, what is this?
So the speed key gives you the capability to use the full force of the engine. So you can only go up to a certain miles an hour without the speed key. Once you put it in there and you turn it, like it's an actual key, you actually turn, then it gives you the full potential of the engine power, and then it lets you unleash it to its full potential. So this is a special car. You're not gonna see another one like this in the world. There's obviously only 99 of them in the world. I think this person did an incredible job to his taste. I think most people would say this is one of the most beautiful Mistrals in the world. I'm just glad to be a part of it. So for more content like this, go ahead and subscribe and press like.